Immortal jellyfish. The first ocean legend is Turritopsis dohrnii, aka the immortal jellyfish. True to its name, it is the only known creature that can cheat death by literally aging in reverse. Unlike those Silicon Valley billionaires pouring billions of dollars into anti-aging tech, while the big bosses are busy taking pills and getting blood transfusions, this jellyfish has infinite life cheat code enabled. Believe it or not, but it sounds exciting. First discovered in 1883, although it took another century for scientists to actually identify them. To be fair, these things are barely 0.18 inches wide, basically the size of a fingernail. Yeah, very tiny, and fragile, like a politician's campaign promise. Until they were strongly developed thanks to the respawn function, the science world has paid close attention to them. Like most jellies, immortal jellyfish's lifespan kicks off as eggs, then reverts into larvae. They turn into jelly candy that can swim, named planula, then grows into polyps that are attached to the seafloor. These polyps bud off and continue their own life in a free-swimming form, eventually becoming sexually mature. Normally, after going through the reproduction process, they would age and die, but immortal jellyfish is a different game with a magical reset button. When they are exposed to a survival threat, environmental stress, physical assault, or are sick or old, they just give up and die? Psych! Instead, they activate a trigger named transdifferentiation. In it, the whole body is shrunk, the tentacles disappear and turn back into a shapeless blob. Like a sticky wall toy? Yeah, pretty much. These sticky blobs restart to attach at seafloor, then revert to the polyp stage and transform them into new types of cells. Is there any deja vu here? I think I've seen this scenario before, but the immortal jellyfish are not impressed. They are totally reset. I wish my bank account had this ability. Every time the balance hits zero, it would just automatically reset to a full stack. You know what I'm saying? But don't get it twisted. Even with massive buffs, immortality is only biologically functional. If they unlikely encounter other top-tier ocean creatures like sharks or predators, well, game over. The legendary kraken squid. Architeuthis. A few days ago, while binge watching the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest movie, I noticed a detailed scene that lasted only a couple seconds, but really awesome. That was a rotting skeleton being sucked into the tentacle of kraken. Then I suddenly realized that some ocean mysteries about kraken are inspired from battles on the sea with giant squid, known scientifically as Architeuthis. Until now, the biggest squid was noted as 18 meters in length, including a couple of long tentacles, approximately the length of a school bus. Wow, that is actually sick. Big frame. You know everything else is huge too.
I'm sexy and I know it.
I mean, the eyes, obviously. They have the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, which are about 10 inches in diameter, the same as a basketball. If this terrifies you, then, well, let me tell you, you are absolutely not alone. Actually, if you think about it, Mother Nature was definitely biased towards them. The lens is so incredible, which helps them spy on enemies in the dark depths quickly. And not just enemies, they can stalk haters' entire bloodlines. Architeuthis has a donut-shaped brain and even 3 hearts. I mean, it makes sense, right? With an oversized body, they need 2 branchial hearts to pump blood through the gills and 1 systemic heart to circulate it to the rest of the body. But here's the wild part. Their esophagus does not sit far away from the brain like ours. Get this, their food pipe runs through the middle of their brain. What a weird design. Every bite still passes through the center of their brain before swallowing. I'm sitting here thinking, if they swallow something too big, would they end up literally crushing their own brain? Although they are so dangerous that they can drag a whole ship into the abyss, they're still out there vibing for now. As it turns out that their muscles contain ammonia that keeps them buoyant. This also explains why you'll never see them on a seafood menu. No matter how delicate the squid is, that's a hard pass for me if it smells like a public bathroom, obviously. The oceans are full of gold. Now, according to the Trust Me Bro source, the surprising fact about natural gold reserves on Earth is that the ocean is low-key chilling with approximately 20 million tons of this precious metal. Sounds like a fever dream, but it's actually true. For those of us who skipped math class, let me break it down for you. If we split all that gold among the 8.1 billion people on Earth, you and I will walk away with about 2.5 kg of pure gold. And with $160,000 for each kilogram at today's prices, we would get a cool $400,000. Damn, rich as hell, isn't it? Wait, hold on. Are you diving into the ocean and thinking you're going to secure the bag? Do you really think you're about to be a billionaire just like that? Come on, don't play with my IQ. Listen, plot twist is even though the gold is still there, it spreads too thin. The gold isn't just sitting there in chunks or nuggets. The sunny stuff is microscopic, so diluted that it may never even be within our reach. There is only 1 gram of gold for every 100 million metric tons of water. Plus, there's still a large amount of solid gold lying beneath the deep sea sediments, but the pressure in this area could crush a truck in an instant. So yeah, I'm fine being broke, as long as I'm still breathing. Ghost ship Mary Celeste. This is the biggest unresolved mystery in world maritime history. Initially kicking off its journey from NYC on November 7th, 1872, it was bound for Genoa, Italy, with a cargo of 1,700 barrels of denatured alcohol, so definitely not the fun kind. The crew included the ship's captain, 7 sailors, 2 wives, and 1 daughter. Oh, sorry, my glitch. His wife and 2-year-old daughter. I guess I'm getting a contact high just from talking about all that alcohol. Anyways, a month later, the ship was discovered drifting in the middle of the Atlantic in good condition. But there's of course a catch. There is no evidence the ship was attacked or any signs of a struggle. Food and water for 6 months were fully stocked, the crew's personal belongings remain intact, but without its owners, and the lifeboat also left the chat. It's been over 150 years. Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, daughter, and other crews have never been found. Speculation about the crew's disappearance became widespread. The most popular one involves the alcohol vapor. Several leaking barrels of alcohol may have created flammable fumes, causing a fear of explosion, so Captain Briggs got everyone off the ship and onto the yawl just to be safe. But then the yawl's tow ropes broke, both the lifeboats and the 10 people on board glitched out of existence. Another theory, but safer bet, suggests that the ship's pumps were either detached or got jammed by coal dust. The captain may have misjudged how much water they were actually taking on and decided to abandon it, thinking it was about to sink. Or some natural phenomenon such as a tornado or a sudden underwater earthquake may have caused the crew to panic and leave the ship immediately. Fun fact, did you know that the vessel was originally named Amazon? See, I thought Jeff Bezos had that name trademarked by now. Jeez, it had a reputation for bad vibes before being renamed. First, the captain died just days after it launched, then it smashed into another ship on its very first voyage. Later, it was renamed Mary Celeste, trying to reset the curse. Plot twist, it didn't. Finally, it nearly sent the person who found it drifting in the ocean to jail for allegedly deliberately sinking it to commit insurance fraud. Such a troublemaker. But hey, good news. I think I already found that ghost ship. It's here. I found it on Amazon. It's been 150 years and honestly, nothing has changed. A ghost ship without people touched the doorbell. 5 stars. Would not recommend. Greenland shark. Somniosis microcephalus. Next, let's talk about the Greenland shark, the oldest on Earth with an average lifespan of up to 500 years. Just think about that. Through its lifespan, Greenland shark has witnessed the world change in a way no one could have ever imagined. When it was a baby shark, we were still using oil lamps or sailing on wooden boats. By the time it's mature, humans had landed on the moon. And when you are watching this video, this guy might slowly swim somewhere, with 0 Wi-Fi, 0 doom scrolling. They grow in extremely slow motion, only increasing by about 1 centimeter per year, and only reach dating age around 150 years of age. Greenland sharks are among the largest extant shark species, reaching a maximum confirmed length of 21 feet and weighing more than 2,200 pounds. With a frame that huge, I low-key wonder if they ever get body shamed by underwater creatures. Maybe. I think so, because honestly, I don't think this shark is very dangerous. While Michael Phelps swims at 8 kilometers an hour, this shark swims at a snail's pace, around 1.2 kilometers an hour. This speed though allows him to swim in a low-key way, like a chill dude in the icy waters of the Arctic, at depths up to 2,200 meters. Sounds like a pretty good vibe, right? But it's not for you. There's no Wi-Fi, no Netflix, and no drama. I bet you couldn't even last 5 minutes. The flesh of the Greenland shark is toxic because of the pack of high levels of urea and trimethylamine oxide. But it's not as toxic as this. Its do emotional damage can make parents feel the urge to yeet the phone in the abyss if they hear baby shark one more time. These compounds act as antifreeze, preventing them from freezing in ultra-cold environments. If consumed raw, it'll basically wreck your stomach and your brain, similar to drunkenness. In fact, people back then started calling drunks shark drunk, or maybe just pee drunk? Who knows. Now, for those of you living under a rock, although the flesh is actually poisonous if consumed raw, this toxic meat is actually a delicacy in Iceland called hakarl. To make it edible, it is first fermented and then dried in a process for several months to reduce toxin and, well, fresh restroom smell. See, sharks don't have a urinary system, so they absorb the pee into their meat. That's why I've heard many people who've eaten them say it tastes like salty, cold urine. It sounds kind of fishy, doesn't it? Has any bro here had the good fortune to try it? Drop a comment if you're brave enough. By the way, isn't Greenland the land that I heard a US president was even considering buying a few years ago? So should this guy choose the US or Russia? I vote for the US, man. The senior benefits in the US are goated, no question about it. And this guy is the ultimate senior. The ocean produces more oxygen than all the trees combined. Alright guys, now I want you to stop a bit and just take a deep breath. How's it going? Fresh air in your lungs, right? Good. Okay, so what exactly is that fresh air? Oxygen. Yeah, genius. But hey, do you know where that oxygen comes from? Green trees? Yeah, I know you guys all too well. So what if I say that 50% to 80% of the Earth's oxygen actually comes from the ocean, not the Amazon rainforest? You guys gonna cancel me for saying that? Calm down, let me explain first. To be fair, the trees are trying their best, but they also breathe, like us, meaning they use up some of the oxygen they make. And come on, you know that plants can't photosynthesize without sunlight, so when it's dark or winter, they basically just clock out. But we still need to breathe, don't we? Many people believe that trees are the primary source of oxygen on Earth, but the textbooks didn't give us the full tea. In reality, the oceans are responsible for producing more oxygen than all the trees combined. Specifically, rainforests and terrestrial vegetation contribute only 28% oxygen for our planet. Where does the rest come from? These real MVPs are a tiny photosynthetic organism known as phytoplankton. Whew, what a total mouthful name, my bad. They are tiny, transparent plankton that float near the ocean's surface. They soak up sunlight, gobble up CO2, and release oxygen as a byproduct. Drifting plants, algae, and some bacteria. They are the immense army that lives in the vast ocean, explaining why they do a good job at contributing approximately 50 to 80% of the oxygen on Earth. Unlike plants, work by day, rest by night, phytoplankton work the whole year. Sometimes their large numbers make the seawater slightly murky and slimy, like a runny nose. Yeah, a bit gross? Well, nobody's perfect, right? Small but mighty, that's what matters. How come we know more about plants than them? Maybe they're not good at showing off or building personal branding. I mean, because they're transparent and don't show off any colors like green. So they're a total flop, though they've got top tier skills. By the way, does anyone have the same question as me? If there's so much oxygen in the ocean, why can't you breathe when you dive underwater? Let me know in the comments. Milky Sea. For a long time, the Milky Sea has been considered a myth, a maritime hallucination brought on by too many days out of the open ocean. Now we know that it's a real but unexplained deep sea phenomenon. Milky makes me crave something white and creamy. You know what I mean. Come on, look at this vanilla latte and this cream cake. But in fact, it is a bioluminescent phenomenon that causes vast areas of ocean, stretches thousands of square kilometers, to glow with a magical white-blue light resembling a white silk ribbon or Milky Way lying right on the water's surface. This fascinating phenomenon primarily occurs in the northwestern Indian Ocean, appearing for weeks at a time and visible from space. Initially, people heard about it through the stories of sailors, but nobody even cares. The sailors were just hallucinating from seasickness. They do think so. Trying to convince people was like talking to a brick wall. Therefore, in 2019, the crew of the cruise ship Ganesha caught the Milky Sea on camera at close sight for the first time. On the third night of their voyage in the eastern Indian Ocean, the crew witnessed the sun dipped and the sky went dark. And then they noticed the seawater around the ship turning white, like the ship was literally sailing on a sea of snow. Wow, absolutely cinema! It glowed, illuminated an area of the ocean approximately 15,000 square kilometers, equivalent to the state of Connecticut. But here's a plot twist. Milky Sea's ghostly glaze originates from simply reflected bioluminescence from bacteria. Calling it the Milky Sea is honestly top-tier false advertising. Pretty appearance, pure chaos on the inside. By the way, it's better than calling it the Bacteria Sea or the Germs Congress, right? Of course, calling it Milky Sea sounds easier to scam, or rather, easier to attract tourists than Bacteria Sea, right guys? Who wants to buy an expensive diving tour into a lake full of germs? For me, no thank you. Bloop sound. In 1997, while hunting for underwater volcanoes of South America, by chance the scientists discovered an unhinged sound. Then they named it bloop. Well, I don't know where they got the name, but really? Reports say bloop was an ultra-low frequency, high-amplitude underwater sound that was detected. This sound has sparked a great deal of vivid imagination, even delusional, among young people born in the 90s, especially those who were fascinated by H.P. Lovecraft's The Call of Cthulhu. They believe the sound belongs to a giant squid-like monster named Cthulhu, also a character in the work itself. Coincidentally, the bloop sound was recorded 1,500 kilometers from where Cthulhu first appears in Lovecraft's novel. This has further widely supported the theory of Cthulhu's appearance. Fast forward to 2005, scientists killed vibes when announced that this sound was caused by an icequake. Numerous icequakes have the same energy as the bloop. The crazy thing is, these scientists deliberately sped up the sound by 60 times, which is why it sounded like a monster. If they had kept the original speed, it would probably have just sounded like a long, muffled hum, and no one would have fabricated the story of the Cthulhu monster. Such a scam. The truth about the bloop sound made a group of people, including Lovecraft's fans, down bad when it was announced. I know, you guys really wanted the monster to be real, didn't you? Come on, guys, please. Because if the sound is actually from a monster undersea, it is 3 times the size of a blue whale. So the lesson learned here is never believe scientists. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'm kidding. Are mermaids real? Back in 1493, a long time ago, the explorer Christopher Columbus on his voyage to Haiti caught sight of 3 mermaids in the ocean. You might think, wow, perfect timing! He has got to spot Disney-style mermaids in real life. However, reality literally hit him like a truck. The 3 mermaids were not even half as beautiful as they were depicted. He even remarked that their faces looked rather masculine. Oh! Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Now Ariel, our dream girl, is showing up with a beard and 6-pack abs. How ridiculous! Did she trade the voices for muscles? Oh no, then they'd throw hands instead of singing Part of Your World. Here is the twist. Not enough? I hope this will not kill me. I can't stand it anymore. After that, scientists believe that he actually saw 3 half-ton, wrinkled, bearded female manatees just munching on seagrass. To prove this argument, the American Museum of Natural History even did a side-eye check by overlaying images, and the math was mathing. They actually look similar. An ugly manatee that has a double chin, squinty eyes, and very chubby somehow became a pretty mermaid. What do you think? Yeah, Columbus was incredibly thirsty maybe. Hands up if you agree. In 1738, a London daily newspaper published a shocking photograph, proving that mermaids actually existed. It was a picture of a small, beautiful mermaid found on the Hebrides coast, but she was stoned to death because she was thought to be some kind of monster. How ironic. They then gave her a fancy funeral after, killing her. The villagers also fiercely defended the mermaid legend, swearing oaths to prove it was true to anyone who expressed doubt. Well, has anyone actually seen one? Yeah, show of hands to confirm. Waterfalls under the ocean in Mauritius. Well, finally, we found an ultimate vacation spot for us. But a quick heads up, if anyone suffers from thalassophobia, fear of the deep sea, or megalophobia, fear of giants, you sure you would like to continue? Welcome to Mauritius, a stunning island nation chilling in the Indian Ocean, approximately 2,000 kilometers southeast of the African mainland. The island was first discovered in 975 BC and underwent several periods of colonization by major powers such as the Dutch, France, and Great Britain. Since independence in 1968, Mauritius has continuously developed and become a stunning tropical resort paradise. The spot you see here is located at a depth of over 4,000 meters. It's practically the depths of hell. This isn't a real waterfall cascading into a chasm. In fact, this mesmerizing natural phenomenon is created by the movement of sand and silt sediment pushed from the continental shelf into deeper waters by ocean currents. The ocean is literally catfishing us one more time. The internet experts reviews, the best view is from a helicopter. I did a quick impulse search for helicopter tour prices to see this waterfall and found it costs around $4,000 for a group of 1 to 6 people. A total steal, right? And those are some of the ocean mysteries I wanted to share with you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. Goodbye and see you later.